I'm trying to use PowerPoint for good, so instead of some boring business report. So if it messes up, I may have to run back and forth, but it should be okay. My name is David Colton. I work at USA Today, but more importantly, I'm part of the Classic Horror Film Board and one of the founders of the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards, now in its 7th year. Wow. I don't know, I have a more optimistic view than a lot of people. This will sound like name dropping, and it is actually, but I was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last Saturday where Obama was, the star-studded thing. And George Lucas was at a table, at the ABC table. And so I went up to him, and I was with USA Today, we rotate. I haven't gone in several years, but it was kind of cool. There was a table with Stephanopoulos, Bon Jovi, and Justice Scalia. So anyway, so George Lucas is over there, and Carole King comes over and is talking to him, and it was quite something. So I went up to George Lucas, who's much shorter than I thought he would be, and he has a very soft handshake, and his hair is incredible. And, I don't know if it's CGI. And I said, you know, oh wow, you know, because I gush easily. I was like, you know, wow, I'm really a big fan. And he said, well, thank you very much. And I said, you know, I thought Jar Jar was fine. And he looked at me and he said, oh, well, that's good to hear, because a lot of people don't think that. Because even though everybody was so down on Jar Jar Binks, at the time with my daughter, I mean, it was just like this family thing about Jar Jar. So it just shows that like movies are when you see them sometimes, and the mood you're in, and the room you're in, and who you're with. And I think the Rondos kind of capture that we're all in this room right now because we all saw these films at just the right time. And some saw them in the 60s, some saw them last week. But these films are really meaningful, and the Rondos are intended to honor the people who keep them alive, and in every manner of speaking. And this may be kind of tedious at the end, but I think it'll be okay. Joining us again this year is the inimitable Nurse Moan-Eek.
Thank you, Dave. I'm glad to be back.
So what have you been doing over the last year? It's going to be a long day.
I've been getting ready for today.
Okay, you have the reddest hair in the room.
I know.
There's nobody who
I defy anybody to match it.
There's nobody with redder hair, right? So anyway, we will get to it. Well, where's Dr. Gangrene actually?
Oh, he's back at the lab. He created this little thing called a son, and he's graduating today, so...
Son of Gangrene.
Yes. Kind of scary, but you know.
Well, I'm not sure he made the right choice. Anyway, we wish him well, and I know he sent us greetings as well.
Yes.
So if we click that button, we will get to... Okay, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, we've been doing this for a while, and it's dedicated, obviously, to Rondo Hatton. And we were at the Classic Horror Film Board like about 7 years ago, and we were discussing it would be great to do an award, and it's House of Horrors from 1946. This mad sculptor is sculpting that, and Kerry Gamble, who drew Superman and is one of the most talented people in the genre, sent me this sketch and said if we wanted to do awards, we could probably make this sculpture. And like we all went crazy and said, that's fantastic. And now 7 years later, we've given out, I counted last week, we've given out 127 actual statuettes. And they are highly prized. Fari Ackerman had 2, and they were just auctioned off. I don't know who got them, but I'm sure they'll find a good home. Along the way, Tim Lindsay, who cast the sculptures, added a Hall of Fame, and we've had something like 30 people in the Hall of Fame. The Rondo process, if you don't know, it's an email vote. We do it it used to be January. We were really late this year. But this year we had 2,933 people actually fill out the ballot and send it in. And it's not like a click thing. You actually have to fill it out. It's a pain, and that's kind of the fun of it. And I skipped it. Okay, so just to get going, the best film of 2008. These were the runner-ups. Let the Right One In, that vampire film, which is very highly regarded. Iron Man. And the winner, I don't think is much of a surprise, was The Dark Knight.
Indeed.
Now, because the statuettes are so like highly, I don't know, coveted. I've been leaning towards giving them more to fans and, you know, editors and authors, and not so much, you know, Christopher Nolan. And maybe for the good of the award, I should send him one. But people who do have, Rob Zombie won for Halloween last year. He has one. Guillermo del Toro has one. Guillermo del Toro has one for Pan's Labyrinth, which won last year. So I am trying to get these things out to more people. The best TV presentation for I think the third straight year, but let's get to the runners-up, which was Battlestar Galactica, Supernatural. Supernatural was weird. I got all these emails from these teenage girls in Brazil. And I don't watch Supernatural, but there must be a very cute guy on that. But it was Doctor Who for the third straight year, a two-part series called Silence in the Library, where every book ever printed was found in this outer space repository. The best classic DVD, Rodan War of the Gargantuans, which is what I voted for, actually. The Mummy, which is a fantastic 75th anniversary set, came in second, and what won was the Psycho Special Edition, which does have new stuff on it, and a lot of voters like that. Best Restoration, which is always a controversial category. They added some footage to Conquest of Planet of the Apes, and that came in third. Coming in second was the colorization and the Blu-ray version of, not the colorization, but the Blu-ray version of Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which is like, you can see the tabletop, it's ridiculous. And the winner, whoa, look at that, was the Criterion version of Vampire, which is a very underrated film. The best independent film or documentary is always a crazy category. The runner-up was The Raven, read by Christopher Walken. Type that into YouTube and actually listen to that. It has art by, how do you say it, DeRay, whatever his name is? Right, and him reading it, it's just what you would think it is. But the winner was a documentary that's making the rounds of film festivals, Spine Tingler, the William Castle story, a film by Jeffrey Schwartz. And kind of like People's Choice, he sent us a acceptance. This plays.
Can I come in to use the bathroom? Is there a bathroom in this house on Haunted Hill?
Oh, hello. Welcome to the house on Haunted Hill. We're sorry we couldn't make it to Wonderfest to accept the Rondo Award for Spine Tingler, the William Castle story. But you see, I'm busy. I'm having some ghoul friends for dinner. On behalf of myself and the ghost of William Castle, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, all 2,933 of you. See you at the movies.
That's so much what this whole thing is about. It was wonderful. So thank you to Jeffrey, and we'll be sending his way.